puppy dog back here is the first step. And then I got a new job. And then I started helping with the podcast. And basically started trying to figure out what I wanted out of my life. And I said that, like, in my future, I do want to travel. So, self-healing, maybe taking myself traveling around the world. Who knows? But it's not always going to be, like, you don't have to do that. But it's always good to have that. And my thing was to create a bucket list. Things I wanted to do or wanted to achieve. I wanted to achieve them. And before I go and potentially buy a big house that I'm just gonna live in for the rest of my life, I want to buy, like, a nice piece of land, stick a, like, RV on it, that you can tow around. And I wanna stick an RV on there and live there and save a bunch of money. And then my dog would have a yard to run around, still have a yard. I could put a little pool out there. Nobody could tell me I couldn't because it's my land. I do what I want. I would be saving more money than if I bought an actual house. I could just work through everything. And then I would, look at me dropping stuff now. And then I would travel the world in that said RV. And use it as, like, I would use it as, like, I guess you would say, like, Airbnb, but, like, land, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how they would say that or how they would do that, but I think that's what it would essentially would be an Airbnb for land. I didn't experience it because I'm not tied down by a mortgage. Because if I get tied down by a mortgage, then I'm just sitting here doing. Oh no! No, my headphones died, guys. Hold on. Oh! You know me. Alright, okay. Yeah. Maybe? Alright, so we have our headphones back. But so maybe doing that would give me a sense of being able to experience everything out of life before putting myself in just being like, okay, now I'm stuck here. Because once you get into a mortgage, your money is less likely to be able to go to other things like traveling the world and traveling all 50 states. If that's your goal, you want to travel the world for a year, and then you want to go buy a house, you would be able to do that. And it's so much easier to do before you buy that house. And then I could go do some odds and ends jobs while traveling, and then I can make more money. Help pay off like whatever that trip was or something. So like, there's always festivals going on or rallies and stuff. You could always, if your goal is to travel to a state or travel to a part of the world, and if you say mine is just to travel all over the United States. But if yours is to travel around the world, like go to Paris or something, or you wanted to go to Australia or something like that, there is always some type of festival or something going on that you could possibly get into, and you could earn free camping, or you could get free passes and camping. Then you'd basically just be paying for your food and whatnot. You wouldn't have to be paying for, and like your gas, obviously, but you wouldn't be having to pay for figuring out land or pay for the rent for whatever that night. And you'd still be earning some type of money on top of those incentives. So you'd be getting to see a concert, going to a rally, getting a free like parking for your RV. And that's awesome because I thought like, hey, like South Dakota has Sturgis, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, there's that rally. Daytona has a Daytona Beach rally if I wanted to come back to Florida. Um, Ohio, I believe, has, I don't know if it's Ohio, but there's always something. And Kentucky, there's one in Kentucky. Um, there's festivals like Vegas has festivals. Like Daytona has Rockville. Um, Florida, Miami has the Tortuga Country Music Festival. There's the Country Thunder in like Ohio or Kentucky, somewhere up there. It's always somewhere to help lessen and make money as you're traveling. And these are just to name a few. If you have Facebook, social media, there's ways to gather onto these platforms, and you could be like, I'm traveling to these states, like please let me know if you guys have any events going on or whatnot. Or you could even just look at calendars to where you're going on what dates. And I would say if you're going for a year, plan out what dates they are so you can go to that state at that date, make money, and your trip would basically almost pay for itself. You would have very little to no expense. You might you might be making more money, so you might come out with like $1,200 and you only spent like $400 in gas and food. Like that may honestly be what you are, but you would come out with more money, so you weren't really taking out of your traveling fund. And then you could use that to go to somewhere else, and maybe you could go somewhere when they don't have a um a festival or concert, because that's just part of that state or where you're traveling. And then you could just relax for that week or whatever. It definitely makes it easier, and you don't go through your traveling funds as fast. So I feel like that's something that I want out of life. And it would be fun. You could do it solo, you could do it with friends, you could do it with family. Just make sure whoever you're doing it with isn't going to be your buzzkill. Because if something happens while you're on the road trip, they can't exactly just say, get get out. I don't want you here. They're going to have to fly a flight, they're going to have to do something. And they're going to have to contribute to the fund as well, because if you're the one who saved up all this money and now you have this person tagging along, you're going to expand through your funds quicker than if it was just you, because you have now two people, two mouths to feed. If it's per person for something, you're now going to be going through it. And I say, I want an RV like that, because then you would have a stove, you would have a fridge, and it's easier to cook and eat in than it is to eat out, and you'd be using that money faster. It's always about having more more resources and kind of know exactly what you want or what you're going to do and have that game plan set out. Because if you kind of just said, fuck it, I'm winging it, and have no game plan, you might go through your year's worth of funds within the first like 2-3 months. It could be even 6 months. And then so you're trying to figure it out the last 6 months and be like, well, I didn't even get to go to half the states I wanted to. Learn how to budget accordingly, plan accordingly. And I'd say even if you were traveling, work a little bit while you're traveling, because then you could earn more money and you're not depleting through it, or you're just contributing more to it. And then at the end of your trip, you could have a whole bunch more monies, like a whole bunch of the money you didn't go through, and then you'd be like, okay, this is for something else. And you've got the whole experience of traveling to all the states or wherever you wanted to go in that year, and you didn't use as much as you thought you would have used. So it's always to over budget than to under budget and be struggling figuring it out, or have nothing to fall back on if something happens, like the RV breaks down, you pop a tire, something happens, you get a car accident, like anything could happen. Plan for the worst, have a plan, don't wing it. Those are my advice and guidelines. If you're gonna do a self-healing trip for a year around the states, because there are some weirdos sometimes, and you always need to budget, plan. Don't live life too on the edge, but you can live life on the edge, just not too on the edge. It doesn't always work out in the best for you. Okay. Next thing. We talked a little about relationships and self-healing. Self-healing doesn't always look the same for everybody. So, if you were to think of self-healing, I want to know, does it include yoga, meditating, going to therapy, or something along those lines? Or does it mean more of a drastic change? Like, oh, I gotta go cut my hair, I gotta go diet, I gotta take everything out of my closet and change my whole wardrobe look. Really, what does self-love and self-change, that whole self-reflection look like? Because if it doesn't look like something and some form of healing, and you're just bottling it up and pushing it down, and you're not actually going through that phase after a relationship, or something wrong going in your life, I really think everyone should at least experience it after a breakup or a drastic change in their life. Maybe it might be you lost a job you'd been at for like 4 years or something like that. It could even be something like that. It does not have to be a relationship. It could be a family member, something happened to one of them or something like that. It does not always have to be a relationship. Self-healing is karaoke. Well, damn. I think that's just a night out. But yeah, that works. Karaoke is awesome. Karaoke can be a form of self-healing. Just means getting drunk and doing karaoke, or is it just sober karaoke? I gotta know. We're gonna get some people. I don't sing in front of others, so it's my way of releasing what I'm feeling. Wait. If you're okay. If we don't sing in front of others, are we doing karaoke in a shower or in the living room? Because it's not at the bar if you don't sing in front of the other people. Living room or the bedroom. Okay, that makes more sense. Hey, I was pushing it with the shower, but everybody sings in the shower. I hope that I'm not just a weirdo that does that. I hope I'm not just the weirdo that does that because I mean, hey, I'm not a weirdo unless I gotta be. Be the weirdo all the time. It's okay. Yep, that's just you. Another way I heal is through humor. Hey, humor's the best part. I have to make even the worst things in my life funny. Hey, who doesn't? Worst things, humor always makes people laugh, like comedies, things. So, I will say that is interesting. Comedy always gets anybody through a rough time. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to call you out on your shit, but I'll tell you you're a little bit of a liar. I'll tell you, hope you get yourself checked out. If you find humor not to be your coping. Who, me? I don't know. If the shoe fits, wear it. I don't know. If the shoe fits, wear it. No, I was just saying. Size 12 wide. No, I was just saying, like, if people don't find humor to be their, like, a good way to cope or cheer up, I'll tell them they're a liar. Some people just say that's just, you know, not call them on their shit. They might get a little jealous or embarrassed. But hey. Damn, I ran out of topics now. No, we didn't. Hello, hello. I'm a little bit of a shit show right now. It is okay. I had something and I don't even remember it now. Damn. Yeah. Okay. So, talking about like traveling around the world and RVs, I was going to be talking about if I had to have perfect RV to travel the world in, what would my RV look like? My RV would, I can't drive an RV, so it'd be a pull behind, obviously. But it might be too big for me to pull behind, so I'd have to find somebody who would be going on this journey that could pull an RV. Or they'd have to teach my ass how to do it. Um, but it would have a nice big bed on the back. And it would have a nice size, full size fridge. And a mini cooler. Like a mini fridge. To put just my favorite little tiny drinks and stuff in. So you have one for all your food. And then you'd have one for just like your junk food drinks. Like or your alcoholic drinks. But you don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. But if you were saying like so I'd have like all my fresh fruits and veggies in the big fridge and like all the yogurts and stuff like in the freezer would have like some like some junk food like some ice cream and some like hot pockets and stuff, right? And then you would have like corn dogs and stuff like that and then you would have pantries where you could put like chocolate. I would put my chocolate bars in the freezer in case if it got hot, then it would not melt in the cabinet. If you wanted to make s'mores because you're traveling across the states, like making like a whole trip. So I would have my fridge and my mini fridge full of drinks and snacks and food. And then my pantries would have all these like nice little non-breakable, like you could throw it down and it wouldn't break. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but non-breakable glasses and silverwares and like cups and stuff. So if it did knock around, he wouldn't break it. And then I'd have obviously my coffee maker and an air fryer because who doesn't love an air fryer? And then I would have like a nice table area and then a couch. And then my kitchen, it would have like um a nice counter space. And then if I had guests, I could put another bedroom, like one on top and tell them just duck their head, you know. And then I would have, I guess I would have in the back, I'd have like a toy hauler, how they could put your like bikes and stuff inside. I'd bring a bike, you know, have that fun with that. And then and then in the underside on the outside would have another mini fridge, a little grill, and a TV so you could watch over chilling outside. And it would have a canopy and you could put lights on it. Would you ever take the old Route 66 highway to travel across the U.S.? That's on my bucket list. I don't know. Is it supposed to be scary or something? Because the way you just said that makes me think it's scary. Like, why would people not take 66? Is there something wrong with it or something? Ooh, I'm scared now. Is it supposed to take me through a ghost town? Well, if you're taking a trip around the states and it's a scenic way, you always want to take the more scenic route. No? If you're traveling, do you not want to take the scenic route? But I feel like mine would be very spacious, but also be more efficiently for traveling for a whole year in an RV. It was used before the major interstates were put in. Okay, well that makes sense. But I mean, now people are probably going to use the major interstates. But I mean, if it's a scenic route, take the scenic route. But yeah, just basically whatever. Like people use the space that works more for them. I don't want to be traveling the states in a small RV that is not going to do me any favors. Like if I were going to travel, I would have my dog with me. We'd be traveling. I'm not an outdoorsy person, so I'd feel like it would be, spending more of my time inside. But we'd be taking our normal walks, visiting the beaches, doing things like that. It would just be very, very minimal. Very minimal. Doing like finding what works and what doesn't work. Because not everybody can do a lot of space. But I want as much space as because if I find things, I can put them in there and stash them in there and just say, hey, I'm bringing it back with me. And people are just being loud now. Holy cow. Would you be taking a guy with you? LOL. Well, I don't know. No, probably not unless a guy wanted to. But probably not. Because what guy wants to go on a road trip with a girl? Oh, wait, hold on. We've had this situation happen where a guy and a girl went on a road trip and they didn't make it back. I'd have to know this person before. What? I'd have to know this person before I go on a road trip. You can't say she knew him before this, because she did, but she didn't think he would snap and kill her either. And we're talking about the whole Brian Laundrie situation and Gabby Petito. I am talking about this because it did happen, because they did a road trip. This was a road trip they went on. And this makes me scared, and that's why I've been holding back on going on a road trip with anyone. Because things like that do happen. And people are like, oh, like I've seen when I'm swiping on Tinder, right? I'm not even gonna lie, I do it. I don't meet people off of there, but I swipe, digital dating or whatnot. And people are like, oh, I want to travel the world with somebody in a van. I want an outdoorsy person to travel the world with. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what we need. Just what we need. Another situation that one of us doesn't make it back alive. Wait, you have Tinder? Get in his Liberia. Yeah, we all have Tinder, do we not? But like, that's a situation that I always think about. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna go on a road trip with somebody. What if I don't make it back alive? And if you haven't thought about that, I honestly want to know. Like, you always have to be conscious in the back of your head, getting yourself into scenarios like that, and just be like, how well do I actually know this person? I'd have to know this person at least for like a good while before, you know, anything happens. Hello, no breaks, 06. How are you? You can take that one too, cough, cough. Maybe. If only if people wanted to. Welcome in, new viewers. How are you? Welcome to a little bit of my shit show on the Burrow Radio Live. But I definitely would say, like, that's just a big, like, you're not having your friends, family with you on this whole road trip. So being aware of your surroundings and knowing the people, if you do bring people on, how well do you actually know that person? If you don't know them very well, you probably shouldn't take them. I just know that like people were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get on. Like there was a bunch of people who went from who got stranded at the airport, and they all got in a car because they needed to go somewhere. But they all got in a car, and none of them knew each other, and they all just went on this road trip to go to where they were going. And I was like, what if not everybody who went on there? They're like 5 got in the car, and they didn't make it to the destination. Like only 2 or 3 did. You would know who the culprits were, but how would they know who exactly went missing in this car? Because nobody knew any of them. Like no, all 5 of them, none of them were friends or knew anybody. So that'd be a really serious situation. Driving a couple states over, like they weren't going just like one state over. No, they were driving a good like 24 hours just straight driving. Look, no woman is going to do a whole road trip with somebody not knowing a man fully. That's how you end up on every murder documentary ever. Just FYI. That's how I end up on the first 48. Or a dating hotline or some shit like that. Like it's gonna be that's how you do this. Yeah, but what if they take you down some back road or something and just like throw you out? Nobody's gonna know where to find you. Those are things you gotta think about, you know? You can't just go on a road trip with somebody and not know who they are or know nothing about this person and be like, oh yeah, I just met this person today. Well, we're just going on a road trip for the next year. Yeah, that's not we're just gonna be like, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, you're missing the point. What if you don't get to walk to the nearest gas station? You're just laying there and they don't find your body for like a week. That's the things you worry about. You're gonna As a female, I worry for my life if I'm gonna be going somewhere on a road trip with someone I don't specifically know really well. I feel like this person's gonna get me. But it's the fact that you went on a road trip with somebody thinking you're gonna have a great time and you're gonna live, you know, you're gonna get to tell this story and then you just got alive. It's the whole point. Trust who you're going on a road trip with. All right? Trust that person. Like, you gotta know that person before getting stuck in an RV with them, okay? So I don't go back to people's houses. Because they might have like stick me in their basement or something, and then something might just be weird. That's always things you gotta think about. Like, if somebody's like, "Hey, just meet me at my house before a Tinder date," you'd be like, "Nah, dude, you're crazy. You're gonna meet me in public. See if we like it." I like to play things real slow. You know, I like to make sure we go on that first date. Be a little old school with it. And yeah, we're gonna go on a date. You're gonna ask me to go on a date. We're gonna go on a date. And then I'm gonna go home. And then I'm gonna text you, "Hey, that was a great date." And then we'll go and schedule a second date if it was good. If it wasn't good, you'll never hear from me. I'll just say, "Hey, I wasn't feeling this." I'm not just gonna ghost you. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I wasn't really feeling this," Okay? And if it was good, I'll be like, "Hey, that was a great date. We should schedule a second date. And the second date, you might get a kiss on the cheek, But it's the whole thing of building up to that. You're just like, nope. I just met you today. I'm gonna jump in an RV with you, and we're just gonna travel the whole world in RV. Fuck it, balls to the walls. Understand meeting someone in public, but it's not. Isn't going to be how they are going to plot my end of life. Now they planned your demise. Yeah, they're planning my demise right now. He's already got it planned out. It's all in the back of the back of the bedroom on exit 52. Yeah, that's exactly how it's gonna go. They're gonna be like, "I'm gonna trick somebody into going on this road trip with me." See how many people will fall for it. Those are things you worry about because there's sick people out there. And that's why I'll go on the trip with you. I'm gonna go on a trip, and I'm not gonna be I'm gonna go on a trip around the world, and I'm not gonna be the sober one on a trip. I'm just saying, I'll be going on 2 different kinds of trips, and I'll be doing a vlog this whole time of everything we see. You can sleep in your RV. Just drop me off at the hotel and pick me up in the morning. Okay, but I'm going to fuck. Oh, I'd be going and vlogging this whole thing and be like, "Well, guys, we made it to Georgia, this little town here. You see?" Or some shit like that. I'd be vlogging the whole time. "All right, guys, we're 12 hours into our road trip, and it's only day 1. Well, shit." And look who's the one sitting here with us this morning. How you feeling? We'll be doing our own little thing. Hey, Airbnb discount. Wait, what? Airbnb discounts? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Airbnb discounts. I didn't know Airbnb does discounts. But be my thing. Yeah. But like, I would vlog the whole thing because vlogs are so much more fun than just taking random pictures. Because then you could like feel how that person like is through a vlog, and you'd be like, "Hey, this is our morning. This is how I'm feeling," and you would see that person change throughout the whole trip. You could have your what? Witchell moments? What? What's Blair Witchell? Do I need to look this up? I feel like I need to look this up. Blair Witch moments? Who is Blair Witch? Hold up. Let's look this up for a second, guys. Dear Lady? Who the fuck is Dear Lady? a horror film. Oh. Yeah, I feel like the dumb one because I don't know what he's talking about. Dang! How you make me feel that incompetent already? Jesus, Luigi, and it is cold. I just ate all the candy too. Crybaby Bridge? I don't know what the hell Crybaby Bridge is. Look, this is how he makes me feel incompetent, all in like not even that much time. I feel sad now. I didn't know I was gonna be made feel incompetent. It's just I don't think. Hold on, it's not even me feeling incompetent. It's just me not knowing this, and then I feel bad because I don't know it. And then they're like saying other things that would maybe help me, and it's like, nope, I still don't know. I'm feeling sad now because I feel like I should know it, but like I don't. How do I put it? I don't know all. I'm not know all, see all type shit. Well, I kind of am, but not that way. Like I learn more off of researching or doing something or watching it. So yeah. Sorry, Holly, I love you. You are gone. Well, thank you. That makes me feel a lot better. I'm getting tired, guys. Holy cow. I need a boost of energy. You know what? I made an energy booster yesterday. It was so good. And if you guys don't know what an energy booster is, it's Red Bull with pineapple, orange juice, and cranberry, and it's so freaking good. And it's like, whew. But I don't have any more Red Bull or juice to do it, so fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. If like I said, if Monster wants to sponsor me or energy, let's go. That would be fantastic. And we are about to go on break in like 15 minutes. We're gonna go on a break, and I will be bringing you back with some. I think I'm gonna do some videos afterwards. Maybe. I think I'm gonna do a video after. So that's how we're gonna do that. Ooh. I'm tired. Well, not too sure on what else we're gonna talk about at the moment because we were talking about relationships, stuff, healing, and traveling on the world, but we are not talking about that anymore. So I feel shit. Brian, help me. It's like, Brian, help me.
Come on now. You got so much more to offer.
What else? Are we changing our microphone now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Holy shit.
Good. You're not running out of things to say yet. I mean, you got a whole thing about love and healing. I mean, like,
Love
There
and
is there
healing. We
is
already talked
there
about
is
that.
yeah, but there is so much more to talk about with love and healing. I mean,
Oh
there's the
my god.
ideas of love. There's a lust of love. There's a I
Oh my
mean,
god. No, we're not talking about that. Holy shit.
okay, and the healing. Come on now. I just told you karaoke is one for me. Okay,
Uh huh.
like there's some meatloaf bad out of hell music that I would definitely just belch out because I'm over here trying to heal and stuff. You know, but I won't do that. You know that.
My
Sorry,
ears.
sorry. Troubling
Ow.
everyone's ears right now.
No,
Uh,
your thing is turned up so high it hurts.
is it really
Yeah, it's like at 130.
130?
Uh huh. 130.
You're like over exaggerating.
No, your thing is actually at 130% on
Where
Discord.
do you see that at?
When I click on your name on my thing,
When you click on your name and your thing.
watch. When I go here, I'm turning you down.
Good.
Okay.
Turn me down.
You're
Turn
at
me down.
80%.
Don't turn me up.
You're at 80% now.
Good. So yeah, you were talking about traveling just a second ago.
hmm
Um, you wanted to do a road trip. Me, I'm saying take Route 66, and I can't believe you've never heard of Crybaby Bridge.
Okay, look, don't judge me for Crybaby Bridge.
Okay, I won't judge you for. I'm not judging you for it at all. I'm just saying I can't believe someone like you has not heard of it. I mean, how often do you ever? I mean, you drive like an hour to go to work and stuff. Like, have you not ever driven a whole lot further and at night?
I have a night. I'm not supposed to be driving at night.
Oh, okay. Boy, the times have changed since I was younger. So it's so yeah, there's Crybaby Bridge. There's Deer Lady, and that's like an old Native American folklore. You know, so it's like half deer, half lady. So yeah, kind
No,
of
it gets scary with this shit.
yeah. It's, you see, you think about scary people. I think about scary urban legends.
Yeah. Well, I think you watch too much Supernatural.
Do you think I watched? I did watch all of Supernatural, so don't judge.
Mhm. No, but you're talking about this, and I'm like, you're watching too much Supernatural.
But I've never heard of Supernatural doing Dear Lady or Crybaby Bridge. That's something that I grew up with, learning about. Sorry. So you're not an outdoorsy person, but yeah, you want to travel. There's going to be a lot of things you have to do that's kind of outdoorsy when you go traveling.
Nope.
I mean, there's not beaches and what was it you said? Beaches and something else. Uh,
Festivals and carnivals. Yeah, there is.
well, I mean, yeah, there's those, but like the beaches part, you're only going to get that on the East Coast, West Coast, and South part of the U.S.
Well, the rest, what do you
All
think
the
there is?
stuff
There's.
that's in between. You know, you got mountains, you got lakes, you got
Oh,
rivers.
hell no, I'm not going to no mountains.
Why not? Yellowstone
Hell no.
National Park is a monument.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get stoned on national on the mountains and just roll down the mountain. I'm gonna go get stoned and roll down the mountains or just stare out at the mountains and just say,
Hey,
hey.
why not?
And then say
At
I've been
least you'll
there.
be able to say that you did it.
I'm never going to Yellowstone, by the way.
Me, I'd like to go punch. I'd
You know
like to
why I
go.
would never go to Yellowstone? Because of the whole Gabby Petito thing.
And that's that and that the that those are those that's the couple that was like the boyfriend girlfriend, wasn't it?
hmm
And that happened like during the whole shutdown thing, right?
I think so, yeah.
I
She
think
went
I, I
missing.
think I remember hearing something about that on TikTok and so.
hmm That's the reason I'll never go to Yellowstone and why I'm very curious and cautious about people who I travel the world with. Because of people like them. Well, him, not her, but him.
I'll travel the world with you.
Me and my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope my dog likes you because if not, you're getting bit.
he and your dog, we're gonna be good buds. I can already tell.
Oh yeah, because you bribe him with some kibble.
That's right. I know how to
Look,
get. I know how to get money
Brian
and
here.
bribe people and shit.
Yeah, Brian's tactics here are bribing people.
What do you? That's not toxic.
That is the definition of toxic.
How is it the definition of toxic?
If your way is to bribe people to get your way, because you know you're not going to get your way any other way, then that means you're toxic. That means your definition of toxic, the epitome of toxic, because you know you have to bribe somebody in order to get your way.
Google toxic, and I want to know. I want to know what Google has to say about what toxic is.
Hold on, watch. Ready? Hold on.
And if it says exactly or pretty much what you just described,
hold on. Is bribing people to get your way toxic or non-toxic behavior? 7 toxic. Whoa. Yep.
Bribery is on that.
Yep. Manipulative and bribery. Oh,
so
shit.
You know what? Everybody's toxic then because everybody has manipulated or bribed somebody or something at one time or another.
No shit. Well,
guess what? I'm toxic then. So
damn, I don't think you want to brag about that. I don't think that's
well, I've never been accused of being toxic, so and what? What? That's my flex now. That's my flex.
No, that's not. That is not
I'm gonna download Tinder tonight. I'm gonna make a Tinder profile, and I'm gonna put that my character trait is toxic.
I don't think that's something you want to brag about.
Like I'm so toxic, I will bribe you to get you to do what I want.
Let's see how well that worked for you.
How much you want to bet somebody actually will respond to something like that? Like,
yeah, all that
depends on what you're bribing me with.
Yeah, okay, so the people who look for the toxic behavior are the people who never who seek out toxic behavior. Or they're toxic themselves, or they just don't want a relationship, so they seek out, that's their like type. So he's gonna put in his Tinder bio, he's gonna put that he's toxic behavior, he's toxic, his character trait is toxic, and then he's gonna bribe him to do whatever he wants.
Damn straight.
Like that's the epitome of toxic.
Yeah. Like the $500 challenge. That's kind of a bribe right there. To get you to do what I want, which is to drink and get drunk, and to finish a whole bottle.
Yeah, and to get me fucking like obliterated on stream.
Yeah. Like the only real satisfaction I get out of it is watching you get blasted on stream.
Yeah, and then I have a massive hangover the next freaking day.
Yeah, but like I said, I have to try my best to make sure that it's done on a Saturday, because last time you did it on a Friday, you were so out of it on Saturday.
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
I know, because
I passed out and I didn't wake up the next morning until 10 a.m. And they didn't think I was actually going to go to bed when I said I was.
And you didn't.
I went to bed and I didn't go bed. I didn't wake up the next day until 10 a.m. I fell asleep for a whole, 12 something hours? Like 15 hours maybe? I don't know. It was a long fucking time. I was done.
This come on. I don't know what I should do today. I don't know. Man, it's the first time I ever had to carry a podcast ever, and I don't ever wish it upon myself again. So that's why I'm hoping that we get some co-hosts that will actually stick around and stay with you, so I don't ever have to jump on again and try to carry a podcast without me really knowing what the heck I'm doing or talking about.
my god, yeah, I was so out of it. I was just like dozing in and out of sleep, like just conversation was just dying. I was like, I'm sorry.
And I'm
I
over
was
here
so
like,
tired.
Holly,
I was
Holly,
so
I'm
tired.
trying. I'm trying, Holly. I don't know what I'm doing,
And
Holly.
then he
I'm
would
trying.
ask me a question, and I was like, yeah, whatever you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he would ask me a question, I'd be like, no.
Yo, let me tell you about the other night, just in case you haven't watched it, peeps. So, Holly ordered some McDonald's, right? And, well, she was so toasted that she thought that that her driver, her delivery person, stole her food.
Oh, but wanted to talk because I gave that motherfucker so much money out of my wallet and realized it the next day. And I was like, how much was my food? Looked at it. And I gave this motherfucker more money than what my food was worth for a tip. I tipped him in the app and in cash. Well, I guess he was a happy motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. There's something that's right across the street from my house, too. I was so toasted I couldn't drive. No drinking, driving responsibility. But it was right across the street, so we drove less than 2 minutes to get from my house to the McDonald's. We got so much money off of that in-app tip, plus cash for more than the food was worth. I was like, fuck, I just spent like $40 for McDonald's.
Yeah, and then the next day she had the audacity to be like, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do right now. I just don't. I'm so tired, so tired.
Literally costed me $15. Like, not even 15. It was like with the, I don't know, it's something like, it was like $15 with the tip in the app. And then I gave him like other money and it was like $40 gone for fucking McDonald's. I'm like, fucking A, man. I thought I handed him like a $5. No. That was not $5.
New nickname will be Toasted Harley.
It's
I was a little bit buzzed up, so I was over here calling her not Holly, but I was calling her Harley, which is my last name.
You called me what?
I wasn't calling you Holly. I was calling you Harley.
Yeah, you fuck her ass. Well, fuck her up.
But anywho, so we're about to take a break, and I'm not sure what Holly has planned for the second half of this podcast. I'm not sure if she even knows. I think she's just trying to wing it when she,
Yeah, I think so.
She's running out of ideas, which is why I'm hopping on here right now to kind of help her out towards the 8 o'clock mark.
Yeah, when I'm running the show by myself, kind of last minute, I kind of like, oh fuck, all right, well, we're gonna wing it.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can talk about by yourself, guys. But we are going to go on a 5-minute break. Let's make it 7 for a second.
Yeah, it'll say 5, but it'll be more like 7 to 10.
All right, so we're gonna go on a little bit 7-minute break. Get your snack, your drink, replenish, go to the bathroom, do whatever you gotta do for those 7 minutes. Just make sure you're back here and you click that follow, like, and subscribe button to never miss an alert when we go live. So I'll see you guys back in the next 7 minutes.